Hey Amanda. I usually don't do this feedback for the last one, but I probably well I know that you'll probably actually still work on this after, so it's just so much easier than me even though you have to hear me babble. But so I think it looks great. I think this is a real big improvement right here. I still think that if you did something so this wasn't such this straight line that divides the two, like maybe just curve it. Like this looks great how this is curved just a little bit, it's just irregular. um I just think if this maybe you could wind it this way a little bit and just not have it, just curve it a little bit, so it doesn't, it just doesn't look like such, just such a straight line that's kind of dividing the two sides. So just a few other things, and this is, and I'm mentioning this because I think that, everybody should learn the tools of drawing, and I wish there were requirements for that. The other school I work at does, and I had to take perspective and drawing. So I just wanted to show you a few things, and it's so easy to search these links out. And this is what I'm saying. It doesn't. You don't have to be able. Don't have to draw like Rembrandt to understand some of the concepts. So, in terms of this text, the way to actually draw that accurately is like this. So again, it's basically just again, it's just the perspective, right? One point perspective, you have a vanishing point down here someplace, and then the lines go up, and this is pretty much how you create perspective in the text. I mean, you could draw it straight across and use the perspective transformation. Illustrator doesn't work as good as Photoshop, but Photoshop works really good, and it's not a bad thing to get comfortable going back and forth between the two. Okay, I'm just going to show you quickly. There's something in Illustrator too, but this works easier, but either way. So anyway, I just made this layer of text, and so now I'm just going to go up into in Photoshop in the pull down called Edit, and then I'm going to go Transform and Perspective. This is actually really pretty handy. And then if you just drag this like that, that's pretty much how it would look. If it was, like something like that on the side of the wall. So it just kind of shows you just, how easy it is to do this. So, but that's kind of that would be the accurate way to do it. Looking where yours is. Oh, I lost it. Whoops, shoot, where did it go? Just a second. I'm not sure if that would give you the effect that you want, but it's just a handy thing to have. I mean, the same thing with a sign like this. If you wanted to not have it just be, going in this direction, you wanted, to make it look like it was, closer, or just to give it a little bit more depth, you could do that same thing as here with that sign as well. And it would just create a different thing. I'm not saying you want to do this. I don't know why yours just keeps disappearing. My computer has just been, and why does this keep coming up? Arg. So where did you go? Darn. Just a second. All right, gosh. I have this laptop, but I don't have my other screen connected, so I just have too much stuff. I've been grading all day. So anyway, one more thing too is just, again, another rule. And again, you can kind of apply it to this whole area. If you really make this look, you did it here, but if you really make this bigger and go a little bit smaller, it's just going to look like this part's closer, and it just kind of works to guide the eye in and create depth. So the other thing that as well is the way that these fence posts are spaced. There's also a little rule for that as well. Let me see if I can find, I already opened it. There's actually a way to measure this out, and it looks like this. And I can send you, even if you Google it, like perspective of a gate, there's so many there's so many different ways, but you measure it out. As you can see, you go down like this and up, and it just measures it out. It doesn't have to be perfect though for what you're doing, but it's just good to be aware of some of these, these things. So again, you can see the way it looks here. So for yours, and again, if you the ones that go in the background are going to get smaller too. So for yours, I mean, I wouldn't measure it out, but I would definitely make these bigger and then have them gradually get smaller and closer together. Because right here you've got, this is actually bigger than here. And since this is closer, it should be getting smaller and smaller and really small then. So that's just a couple things. So that's really the only suggestions I have. I think your piece looks great. I mean, you could add a little bit of lines, around the water just to give it a little texture. But again, I would probably study how to do that, how to, do texture in water, because it's so easy. I mean, it's simple, but so, water texture illustrator. I don't know what this is going to come up with, but yeah, this is all too fancy. So you just want something really simple. Yeah, this is all terrible. But usually just like a little line. Yeah, no, these aren't. This is not what I was thinking about at all. Something really subtle like this could really work as long as it was just really light. That could also work in the water just to give it, just a little bit, because it looks kind of like a lot of negative space. So you could do something really simple. And again, see how it's bigger here and gets smaller. Again, just, ways to create depth. I was looking at, just a second. I really can't find what I was looking for, so I was just showing someone else in the other class just how to make really simple little ripples like this. And I don't mean like that, but I was just looking for some other, this one's even not bad, just a little something. Yeah, I always spend so much time studying everything because I just don't like to reinvent the wheel. So if I can find a good picture and just study it, I mean, that's what people do anyway, right? They observe from real life. I mean, something like this, that could work too, but I really think that other thing with that blue, there's just, Google image search is such a great research tool. But anyway, yeah, that last one with the blue, where did it go? This one, I think, would actually really add to your the water, but just really light, because you don't want to make it too busy. But even just maybe one little rip, I don't know. You could try it. You can always turn it off. So really, that's about all I have. I think I think it looks great. And it'd be really fun just to print it out too. I mean, I don't know if you have Walgreens there, but or any of those pharmacies that have that photo printing. You can just upload your file and you can just pick it up like an hour later, and they print really cheap, like 8x10 or 5x7. Sometimes it's too glossy. I think I sent you that other source that I use in Minneapolis, White House Custom Color. They're great too. I think you have to send some images and they send you some paper samples. But to look at an actual print, especially if it's, you can get it matte because you don't want it too shiny for something like this. But I mean, it just really kind of helps study it a little bit better. The colors look really different on the screen. So yeah, it's been great working with you. I think your project's excellent, and I hope that I can use it for, for future students. And yeah, keep in touch, definitely. I'm on, as you know, I'm on Hangouts all the time. So yeah, I'd like to see what ends up, what you end up doing with these, the poster and the map, because I think you've just really created some great portfolio pieces in this class. So start to build your online portfolio. I can help you with that too. It's super easy, even if you just use one of those like Wiz or something, or just do it really simple. Write the code yourself or in Dreamweaver. Okay, so anyway, yes, keep in touch. Great job.